Hey, folks, it's Dave here with the Digital to Dice podcast. Oh, let me get this up right here. We go. Digital2dice.com is the podcast. And I got an update for you here. It's Father's Day. Hope you all had a great Father's Day. If that was your thing to do, or if you're a father, or if you have a father or a grandfather, whatever his uncle. I actually sent my uncle a nice wish today for Father's Day, so that was kind of funny, and he's got back to me in the whole bit, but whatever. So anyway, I got some news on the show. I got some good news and some bad news on the show. The bad news ain't terrible, but I just wanted to share it with everybody. So the good news is we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. It was about a year ago that Ron and I started planning out a podcast that we thought would be a great addition to the cards and dice / sports sim community. He was a veteran of gaming, and I was fairly new to tabletop games and PC games. So we thought it'd be a good mix of new and old. And we tried to have some variety on the show, where sometimes we have guests on, other times we do listener feedback, other times we talk about what's going on in the community, or pick a topic to discuss. A year later, we got 44 episodes up and number of 45 coming out this week. So it's been about an episode a week, and it's been a lot of work to do those episodes. It really is. It's more work than you think it is. And right now, I think the last check, Ron said we were getting about 1,000 listens per show between YouTube and iTunes and iHeartRadio and a few other places. Going back and looking, I think it was about 1,000 listens per show. Now, that's not 1,000 listeners. We understand that. But it means the show has been played about 1,000 times each show. So we were pretty excited about that. And now, if you go to our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/digital2dice, we have 350 members right now in that group. And it's full of people who are posting their projects and links to what they're doing. They're helping members with gaming questions and issues. And it's been a really great group for everybody that's involved with the show. I get help. I mean, I'm the new guy, so I'm always posting, hey, what about this? What about that? And people are helping me out. And people, I'm helping people out with some of the stuff that I know. So it's been really great. We got 350 people in the Facebook group. So that's the good news. The bad news is, because it's coming up on 1 year, our annual bill to host the podcast on Spreaker and also StreamYard, those bills are coming due. And as you probably know, I have been out of work for over 3 months, and it's probably going to be another 2 to 3 months before I'm getting a full-time paycheck. Okay. So after a long thought about what to do, we decided we were going to reach out to the listeners and the viewers of the show and the community to see if they would help us keep the show going another year. So we're not asking for much. We are just asking to see if anybody would like to help us offset the costs of doing the show. I mean, if you could chip in $5, $10, or $20 or whatever you like, that would really help us pay this annual bill that's coming up in July. And that would keep us going for another year. We pay the bill and that's done for the year. Okay. This is not a monthly commitment. We're not asking, for anybody to do a monthly thing unless you want it to. That's perfectly fine. It's up to you. But even if a small amount of people kicked in, it would help us roll through another year. And we do want to keep this show going. So it's not about making money with the show. It's about defraying the costs of the show, because to keep all the episodes up, it requires space. It's the more shows, the more space. So as we grow, I need to be on a bigger plan, the whole bit, and then we do some live stuff with the StreamYard and the whole bit. And so it does run into real money. And when you're out of work, my company, which used to pay for all this stuff, doesn't have any money coming in right now. So we're reaching out to listeners to see if you would like to help keep the show going. And we got a couple of ways to help. Okay. The first way is with PayPal. PayPal is what everybody has. So if you'd like to throw us a little bit of money on PayPal, paypal.me/icehog. Okay, that's my company, which pays all the bills here for the show. If you click on that link, paypal.me/icehog, ICEHOG, and that'll just go right to the page there, and you can just pick any amount you want, put it in and send it off, and that'll help us continue the show. If you have Venmo, which all the younger and the cool kids use, okay, I do have a Venmo account through my work too. It's at Dave-Gardner-44. Okay, Dave-Gardner-44. And if you use the Venmo, you should see my Eastern Mass Roller Hockey League logo, so you know it's me. And that's another way that you can help out. So again, if you'd like to help out, it's purely optional. It's paypal.me/icehog for PayPal, and over here it's Dave-Gardner-44 on Venmo, and that would go a long way towards helping us out with the show. And and if I wasn't out of work, I probably wouldn't be asking, but whereas there's no money coming in for my company, we got some bills coming in. So we thought after a year, we think we're doing a good thing. If you think we're doing a good thing and you'd like us to continue, it's whatever you'd like to do. It's totally up to you guys what you want to do, but we thought we would throw this out there. And I am live, so let me go quick to my chat room here and say hi. Hang on 1 second here. I gotta take my notes down. So I would like to say everybody here, as we got Big Polly was in here watching the end of Ron's Open. Yeah, Ron did a fantastic job tonight with the last few days with his Open. I actually was watching it live today as he did his final round today. Hi, Tribe fan. Hi, Larry. Good to see you. Robbie's in here as well. And so, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to jump on tonight. I haven't been live in a while. I think tomorrow night we're planning on going live here on my channel with our support chat on Monday night. So it looks like Monday night's going to be a good night for support chat. But this was mostly a message for the podcast listeners and viewers, if they'd like to help out. So I'm going to put this on the Digital to Dice Facebook group. Hey, Brandon, thanks for coming in. And yeah, I'm not a dad. I guess I'm a doggy dad. I'm a fur dad or whatever they call that, because I only have a dog. But yeah, so I'm going to post all the stuff I just talked about in our Digital to Dice group there. But again, if you like to help out the Digital to Dice podcast, it's coming up on a year, and I just saw the bill coming in. I'm like, oh boy, I got 2 bills I got to pay for the podcast, and I'm out of work. So again, if you like to help out, PayPal me. .me/icehog or on Venmo. This is the Venmo. So again, it's completely optional. It's not required by anybody. It's just if you like the show and you like me and Ron to keep doing it for another year, this will help us pay the bill, and we'll just keep on rolling. In fact, I have heard a Kickstarter, but I don't know much about it, and we don't really need a Kickstarter. Okay, this is not a we're not looking for thousands of dollars here. Okay, this is just if we could just help pay the annual cost of this stuff, then we're done. And then next year hopefully I'm back to work, and we don't have to ask anybody. But it's just we thought we would ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. If we get nothing, we will probably continue the show, or at least hopefully we will, depending on my work situation, because I'm kind of funding the show. So yeah, so we just like to throw that out to listeners of the show. I just wanted to do a quick show tonight, so I just happened to go live so I can get it done and get it up there. But again, completely optional. Don't feel obligated. But I wanted to ask, so because we do have our annual stuff coming up, and we do have to make decisions, and I want to keep going. I don't want to get to a point where we can't put up any more podcasts because we're out of space. And I really don't want to delete the old ones, because we got some good shows that when people find us and they say, geez, I went back and listened to every show because I just found you guys. And I do that too. I go to podcasts. I'm like, wow, this is a great podcast. I went back and listened to them all. And so you don't want to go back and delete anything. So, anyway, so that's that. So I'm going to jump off of here so you guys can get on with your Father's Day. If you're doing something tonight, or if you got any projects you're working on, I'm going to go play some more History Maker Golf. Oh my gosh, you guys, that game is so good. And I found so many courses that people made. I think I bought a 4-pack of courses, and then I have another 15 courses that people made, and they give me it for free right on the play site or on Delphi. So I have a ton of courses to play. I've played so many tournaments already. The tournaments are fun. They're long. They're like 4 to 5 hours, but they are fun. And what I like doing is finding a course and then coming up with a funny name for that particular course. Like the one in Kentucky was the original recipe classic, KFC Kentucky. So that was a chicken theme. I did one in Japan that was a kaiju theme because of the giant monsters. So hi Giddy. Yeah, this is the PayPal if you'd like to help out. You just paypal.me/icehog, and that goes right to it, and just you use PayPal or credit card, whatever you like. But Yeah. Oh, yeah. And yes, history. Yes. I know there's already a lot of videos on it, so I'm not going to be doing anything new with that. But sometimes it is fun to see other people play it. There's a oh my gosh, there's a ton of people that have videos, good videos, real good videos. So I don't think I'd compete with that, but I do plan on doing something because even though there's a lot of videos out there, like when I'm searching for a game, I'll go and find some videos. But the more videos, the better, because somebody might do something a certain way or describe it a certain way that just clicks with you. And so you get a little bit of this guy, a little bit of that guy, a little bit of this guy, and you're like, oh man, but you put it all together, nice packages, like, oh, now I get it. So yeah, I'm gonna show some videos. I was gonna do some today. It was really hot today, and it's like I don't feel like doing nothing today. So I think tomorrow I should have some time after I walk the dog, and I'll get some videos going. I'll show how to set up a tournament. I'll show how the game kind of works in the whole bit. And yeah, so I'll have some videos of that up. It is a fun game. It is so good. I had no idea how good that game was going to be. I really didn't. Let me take that down. And I get a Venmo too, if anybody would like to Venmo. And again, this is just going to help us keep the show going for another year. And hopefully we won't have to ask again. But who knows what's going to happen next year. But we'd like to keep it going. And so again, if you like the show and you want to keep it going, we're just asking for the listeners that, just to give us a little bit of help here. That's all. But yes, I'll be, I imagine this week I will set up the iPad in Studio C and do some videos with History Maker Golf. Boy, it is so fun. And it's so easy. That's the thing. It is so easy. Although I'm still, I just reread the rule book and I made a lot of mistakes. I was like, oh boy, I screwed up that. Doesn't wreck the game, but it's just, if you want to play it properly, then yeah. But it's a lot of fun. So I'll be doing some videos on that this week. And that's about all I'm playing actually. Venmo, Venmo's, it's mostly on your phone. It's just a phone app where you can just like go in there and send, there you go, $10. There you go. And the guys love it for playing hockey. They just go in and, you become like friends on Venmo, so to speak. You don't even have to be friends if you don't want to, but it's just boom, you send them $10. My wife uses it, like she'll buy plants from somebody and they're like, well, I take Venmo. So you just send them, 10 or 15 bucks for the plants and you paid, here you go. So it's a little bit easier than PayPal. It's just kind of like zip and there goes, you send them money and for whatever your money in your account, whatever. So that's what Venmo is. It's mostly a young people thing, but yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, so I'm Dave. I'm going to jump out here. I'm going upstairs. I just printed out some more created courses from History Maker Golf from the community. And so I got all these courses now. So I'm going to print some out and figure out what my next project's going to be. And then tomorrow I'll probably do a couple of videos showing how to set up a tournament and play some of the game and the whole bit. So, and Todd says, how hard is it to think up new ideas for the podcast? Well, in the beginning, it was easy because we were starting out and I still got my list over here somewhere of like the 15 to 20 topics I thought would be good to talk about. And we've ripped through them all because we got 44 shows and 45 is coming up tomorrow. And it really all depends on what's going on because we had really planned on recording this weekend until it got really hot. And I was just like, I'm just really not in the mood to record. It's just too hot. And I'm just, so we had a topic we were going to talk about. And then this morning I talked to Ron and said, I want to talk about something different this week. And so we're going to, so we change, sometimes we change it last minute, depending what's going on with him or me or the community or something. So, but it's getting, I don't want to say it's getting difficult, but it's definitely more challenging now to come up with a topic because you don't want to talk about something you already did. And there's only so many things you can talk about. So we try to keep it fresh and try to come in from a different angle, look at things a different way. But somehow, some way, one of us comes up with something to talk about on the show. So some weeks are easy. It's like, yep, this is what we're going to talk about. And other weeks, it's like, what do you want to talk about? It's like, what have you done this week? And what have I done this week? And what have we seen in the community that would be fun to discuss? Because we want to keep it entertaining is what we want to do. And we want to, have, the listeners enjoy what we're talking about, because the idea behind the show was probably, as a listener of many podcasts, there's things that I listen for. And so that's when we did the show. It says, I want to do things that I think I would listen to, if that makes any sense. So I used to listen to a lot of video game podcasts when I played video games. And I really enjoy the podcasts when they talked about games that I played and their experiences with the games. And I could relate to that. So if they said, "Hey, I played this great new Call of Duty game and I got stuck in the castle," I got stuck in the castle too. So I could relate to that. And it made me want to listen to the show. And then if the show quality is good, and I think we have a pretty good quality of show as far as the audio quality goes, and the hosts are good, then that makes for a good show. So I found shows that had a good host that would work well together and talked about things that I wanted to talk about. And there's some other shows that all they did is laugh and joke the entire time. And I don't want to listen to laugh and jokes the entire time. Not that occasional joke isn't funny, but if the host is just laughing the entire time, I don't want to do that. And there's been some other shows which would just, they talked about things that didn't interest me. But the shows that talk about actual playing, what's going on, you're playing, how many times we talk about, dice falling out of the tray, what do you do, things like that. That's stuff that I like talking about because it's real things that happen when you play. What do you do with this and what do you do with that? And we talked about completing projects and starting projects, and what do you do if you get too many projects, and what do you do if you get bored with a project? And these are all real things that we all run into when we're playing these games. And so those are the things we like to talk about. And I think that's what, if I was listening to a show, that's what I want to talk about, because I still listen to plenty of podcasts, and these are the things that I listen for, is how can I relate to what they're talking about? And even if it's a game that I don't have, if they approach it in a certain way and it's interesting, maybe it's something I'll check out, or maybe I can just listen along. So that's what we try to do here. And we keep looking into more developers. It's one of these things that I think we have a good rotation of having people on, and then just having topics to discuss, and maybe sometimes you talk about some current events that are going on. I think we have a pretty good job of rotating. And then we always have the polls going up, and we like to get feedback from people, because ultimately it's about you guys, it's about the listeners. It's not about us just listening to ourselves talk. It's trying to relate to you, because you're the community that plays the games. And so we ask you guys all the time for feedback. What do you guys do with this? What do you got? Here's a topic. Let's talk about it. And there's been some shows that we've gone over an hour just reading comments of people that have sent us stuff. And so I think that works well, is that, you guys get your voices heard, and that's what we want. It's just, we talk and discuss things, but sometimes we want to hear and bring you guys into the show. So when you guys comment on YouTube, when you guys comment on Spreaker or comment on Facebook, that's how we can interact, and we'll be reading that on the show a lot of the times. And so we keep looking for, suggestions, like what would people like, if there's somebody they want us to talk to, if there's a particular topic. And that helps us too, because sometimes somebody will shoot us a private message and be like, "Hey, what about this?" And it's like, boy, that's a fantastic idea. I think we should do that. And so we're always looking for feedback in the whole bit. The Action PC guy was great. He was fantastic, because that's a game that just come out, the golf game. A lot of us were playing it, and a lot of us had issues with it. And we got to ask him some questions, and he told us some things that we didn't know. And that was really fun. And so we hope to get more of those people on, talking about their games, how games are made and the whole bit. So it's been a good year. And again, but there was good news and bad news. The good news is we got a year. We got 44 episodes out, 45 coming out this week. If I check my notes here, it says we had about 1,000 listens per show on average. Okay. So we're not getting, we have more than a handful of people listening to us. We're doing, quite well as far as numbers go. And we got 350 people in the Facebook group, which that is just growing exponentially, and it's fun helping people out with their games and sharing projects. And I like following along with all the stuff that you guys are doing. It's fun. It keeps me going. Okay, it's getting me through a tough time in my life. Is following all what everybody's doing with their projects. And now we got the sports magazine. This come out now. So not only do we have a audio show, but now there's a whole magazine out for the sports community, and we're all working together. And we had him on the show, and Ann's been active in our group talking about the new issue that's coming out. So it's an exciting time to be in cards and dice, tabletop, and the sports sim community. It really is, and we like to be a part of that. So that's why we're having this little fundraiser drive as we approach year one, and we got some bills coming in. So if you'd like to help, great. If not, or you can't, that's fine too. But we thought we would ask. So all that being said, I want to thank everybody so much for listening. Spreaker does have monetization options, but I don't want to do that. I just don't want you guys to tune in and have to listen to a commercial. I just don't want to do that. And honestly, I know people that have done it, and the listeners don't really like commercials, and they tell me that they made $2 like for the entire month. It's not worth it. It's not worth $2 to make your listeners mad or have them tune out because there's a commercial. I would rather ask somebody, hey, I'll give you $10. Give me, flat $10 for the year, and that helps us pay the bills, And so I would rather not do the commercials. I mean, if we got a sponsor, if a gaming company said, hey, we'd like to sponsor the show, that's something, because, that'd be different, because we'd be talking about an actual tame rather than, someone trying to, a generic commercial that's going to sell you a foot powder or something. If it's game related and someone wants to sponsor the show, that's different. But again, here we're not here to make this our full-time job. We're not here to buy our next Lamborghini. Although Ron might be. Ron likes Lamborghinis, I know. So, but we're hoping you guys enjoy the show, and hoping that you enjoy what we do here. And it is separate from what Ron does. Ron has his Retro Sports Network that he does his stuff over there. Digital to Dice is separate from that. So, and I know we're all kind of intertwined here, but we do have some separate bills coming in from that. So, anyway, yeah, and a couple bucks a month, it's not worth it. I don't want to have commercials for you guys. I want you guys to listen to the show and enjoy the show. And if you like it, if you want to, because I know the shows I contribute to, and it's just, they're like, I don't want to put commercials on my show. It's like, I'll send you some money every few months, not a problem. I enjoy your show and I want to keep it going, so I'll support it. And that's how I started with Ron. Ron's channel was, he had a thing on his channel, a couple of years ago, and he's just like, I'm running into a lot of money on the channel. He says, Ron, my business is doing well. I'll sponsor your channel. And I helped him out because I liked what he did. So I sponsored Ron's channel, and I still do, or did, until my companies stopped working a few months ago. But anyway, so yeah, so if inclined, if you like to help us out and you like the show, fantastic. If not, that's okay too. But anyway, so we're going to be back tomorrow night, probably about 6:30 Eastern time, with our standard support show. If you'd like to join us there, I think Ron's got something going on tomorrow night. I think he said it's 7:30, and I have to double check over in his Twitch channel. So we'll check with him on that. But yes, you might get a double header tomorrow night. You might get the two of us doing support chat, and then Ron doing a stream right after. But anyway, and Captain Carl jumps in right here at the final gun. Hi there, buddy. Good to see you. So yeah. So anyway, so again, so that's just some news on the Digital to Dice podcasts. The good news, the bad news. So again, good news. We're growing. The Facebook group is growing. The listenership is growing, and we're up to 44 episodes, coming up with 45. We're supposed to record tomorrow. Bad news is that we do need some help to pay the bills for the next year, because I'm out of work. So anyway, I keep saying I'm gonna jump out, but I am gonna jump out now, so everybody can go do what they're doing. Happy Father's Day to everybody. And hope you all had a good day. It was a hot day here in the Northeast. And then I didn't even take the dog out today. It was too hot. He burned his feet on the ground, so I didn't take him out today. So I want to go upstairs and start my next golf tournament. I should have some golf videos out this week. We're planning on a new Digital to Dice, hopefully tomorrow, if all goes well. If not, at some point this week. But that'll be episode 45. And yeah, thanks to everybody that's listened to the show or watched the stuff here on YouTube. It's been a great year. I mean, when we started this, we really didn't know what to expect, but we just said that we would do a quality show. We wanted it to sound good. We got professional music on there that was, we asked the band to use. We have good equipment here. This is a radio quality mic that I got years ago. He's got a nice microphone, so we try to sound good. and be professional about it. And I think it's paid off because the community's really grown and we've grown with it. So again, thanks to all the listeners of the show. We're coming up on 1 year. And we'll have to do another listener feedback show. We'll post something on Facebook and Delphi for the 1 year anniversary show, which will be coming up in July. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the Digital Dice podcast. And hopefully we're going to keep going into year 2. So I'm Dave. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, and bye-bye.